My possible UFO sighting. In 1998, myself and two friends, Alicia and Amy, decided to vacation in Lake Havasu, Arizona for spring break. We set out for our road trip in Alicia's Ford Tempo and stayed the night at a friend's place in Las Vegas before continuing on our journey. The next day, we were about 40 minutes away from our hotel near Lake Havasu when this creepy encounter occurred. It was around 11 p.m. as we drove through one of the many mountainous areas leading to our destination. The roads were curvy and night sky was pitch black, with no other traffic helping to illuminate the area. Alicia slowed down to 25 miles per hour and was being extra careful when we came up on a semi-truck who was also traveling at a slow pace. Rather than try to pass him on the dangerous road, Alicia slowed down even more. Suddenly, a blinding white light appeared out of nowhere, causing the truck to swerve and veer off the road into the dirt. Alicia jammed on the brakes and we stopped 20 yards or so behind the truck, easing off to the side of the road. The three of us sat there squinting, trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Suddenly, the truck's driver's side door flew open, but we never saw the man climb out. Then, the radio dial in Alicia's car went crazy and started scanning through a bunch of channels before turning to static. As we all sat there breathless and in awe, the light zoomed away, leaving us again in darkness, with the exception of our headlights and the truck's red brake lights. We exited the car and tentatively began approaching the semi-truck to see if the driver was okay, and to discuss the insane thing we had all just witnessed. The driver was gone. We called out, "Hello," numerous times, and took a flashlight to look down the side of the mountain, which was on the right-hand side of the truck. It was a steep hill, but there was little vegetation, so we were able to see everything as we scanned the area to make sure the driver hadn't somehow fallen down this embankment. We shined the light inside the open driver's side door of the still-running truck. Nothing. This man had completely disappeared, yet none of us saw him leave at any point. We got back into the car and waited another 5 minutes before yelling out one more bout of hellos and finally giving up. In hindsight, we probably should have called the police when we got to town, but we didn't. We just checked into the hotel room, once contemplating whether or not we should drive back to the site and see if the truck was still there and still running. But we were all exhausted and never followed through. During the next 2 days, several issues occurred with Alicia's car. It had been in good working order before the incident, but now was having a host of electrical problems. The radio continued to go berserk. The doors would sporadically lock and unlock themselves. The automatic windows refused to work, and on our drive back to Reno, the engine just shut down out of nowhere and the car would lost all power. After letting it rest about half an hour, it started back up and we were able to get to a small roadside shop to have them take a look and test the battery. They said everything seemed to be in good condition and were stumped as to what caused the problems. As we were getting ready to leave, Alicia started the car, but went back inside briefly while Amy and I sat in the car. Once again, it lost all power. Before we could exit, all of the doors locked, and the little metal spokes would not budge. In 100-degree heat, we were trapped inside the vehicle. Thankfully, the mechanic had a tool to unlock the doors, so we were able to exit. Once again, he inspected under the hood, but could find no reason for all of this. A few minutes later, the car started back up. Thankfully, the rest of the drive home went smoothly. The car never experienced such issues again, with the exception of the wonky radio dial changing on its own. So what do you guys think? UFO sighting?